You're at a party. Someone hands you a gin and tonic. You take a sip. What you don't know is that you're drinking a ghost, the diluted memory of a medicine that once saved millions. 83 milligrams. That's all that's left in your glass. The original dose, 1,000 milligrams. They didn't ban it. They diluted it into a cocktail. A ghost, a memory, a cure. Why would anyone dilute a medicine that works? The archive opens today on a pharmacy that has been operating for millions of years. It grows between cloud and stone, on Andean slopes where the air is thin and the medicine is strong. This is the story of a tree that saved millions, of empires that stole it, of labs that abandoned it, and of a secret that's still waiting for you. They call it Cinchona, the fever tree, the only pharmacy that never closed. To understand why they abandoned it, we need to go back. Imagine standing on an Andean slope. The year is 1630. A man is shivering, not from cold, from fever. Malaria is killing him from the inside. A Quechua healer approaches. She strips bark from a tree. "Drink this," she says. Hours later, the shivering stops. The fever breaks. She had no microscope, no lab, no degree, just 10,000 years of watching, learning, remembering. They knew. Without science, they just knew. 1. Lima, Peru. The Countess of Cinchona lies dying. Spanish doctors have failed. Every treatment useless. A Quechua healer offers bark from a tree they call quinine. She drinks. She survives. The Spanish named the tree after her, Cinchona. They took the name. They forgot the people who gave them the cure. The tree remembered. History didn't, but survival wasn't enough. They wanted control. And what you can't control, you steal. By the 1800s, malaria was killing more soldiers than bullets. Empires were built on quinine. Whoever controlled it, controlled the tropics. Peru said no exports, so the Dutch stole seeds. They built plantations in Java. By 1930, they controlled 97% of the world's quinine supply. When Japan captured Java in World War II, millions of soldiers got malaria. The lesson? Monopolize nature, and nature finds a way to punish you. But the real story isn't about empires. It's about a man named Manuel Incra Mamani, a Bolivian guide, a keeper of ancient knowledge. For 20 years, he helped Charles Ledger find the most potent Cinchona trees, at 9,000 feet, where the air is thin and the bark is richest. He collected 14 pounds of seeds, the best in the world. For this, he was arrested, beaten, imprisoned. Manuel Incra Mamani died in a Bolivian jail. The seeds he died for? Sold to the Dutch for $20. Those seeds became the foundation of Java's entire quinine industry. A man died. The seeds survived. The knowledge endured. But here's what the empires didn't understand. You can steal a tree. You can't steal what nature took millions of years to build. After World War II, labs raced to synthesize quinine. If you can make it in a lab, you can patent it. You can profit. Chloroquine, invented 1934. Resistance by 1957. Dead in 12 years. Mefloquine, introduced 1970s. Resistance by 1982. Dead in 5 years. Atovaquone, released 1996. Resistance the same year. Quinine, used since 1630. Still effective in 2026. 400 years. Zero resistance. Nature doesn't make mistakes. Labs do. Why? Why does quinine still work when everything else fails? Because the Cinchona tree didn't make quinine for us. It made quinine to survive. When insects bite, The tree produces bitter alkaloids. Defense. Higher altitude means more stress. More stress means more medicine. At 9,000 feet, where Mamani collected his seeds, the bark contains up to 13% quinine. Nature spent millions of years engineering this pharmacy. We spent decades trying to replace it in a lab. So why did they stop using it? Not because it failed, because they couldn't own it. They made it in labs. Nature made it better. You can't patent a tree. You can't charge $28,000 for bark that grows on a mountain. In 2021, the FDA approved Aduhelm for Alzheimer's. Cost $28,000 per year. Effectiveness. So questionable that the FDA's own advisory committee voted against it. Meanwhile, quinine, a medicine that actually works, costs pennies. Every year, 610,000 people die from malaria. 75% are children under 5. That's one child every 45 seconds. We have a cure that has worked for 400 years, but you can't patent nature. You can only abandon it. They didn't ban it. They did something worse. They made it unprofitable. A note: this is history, not medical advice. Quinine in high doses can be toxic, a condition called cinchonism. Medical doses require a prescription. The tonic in your glass, that's a safe recreational amount. But the tree itself, the knowledge, that's not prescription only. Which brings us to the part they didn't want you to know. But here's what they didn't tell you. The pharmacy they abandoned, it's not locked away. You can grow this tree, not in theory, in your backyard. Cinchona thrives in USD, A zones 9 to 11. Hawaii, southern Florida, northern California. If you're in the Appalachian Highlands, you can simulate the conditions. Seeds, about $15 from specialty suppliers. Soil, acidic, well-draining. pH 5.5 to 6.5. The key is cooler nights, mimicking the temperature swings of the Andes. Here's what Mamani knew. Stress makes stronger medicine. Coppicing, selective cutting, triggers regrowth. After 4 years, you can begin harvesting. Every 2 to 3 years, the tree produces new bark. Decades of medicine from one plant. Seeds, $15. Soil amendments, $20. Patience, 3 to 4 years. For less than the cost of one dinner out, you can start growing a pharmacy that Big Pharma abandoned. The pharmacy they abandoned is waiting for you. This isn't just about one tree. It's about reclaiming knowledge that was stolen, forgotten, abandoned. Mamani died for these seeds. The least we can do is keep them alive, in our backyards, in our communities, in our memories. The archive opened today on a pharmacy. A man died protecting these seeds. Empires rose and fell fighting for this bark. Labs spent billions trying to replace it. And it's still here, waiting, between cloud and stone. The archive opened today on a tree that saved lives for 400 years while labs failed. The archive never closes, but it continues through you.